from San Francisco, California. This is the Rock and Roll Geek Show. This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name is Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today, I don't know if you can hear me or not. This sounds really weird in my headphones. I'm driving. So I apologize if it sounds horrible. Today is day 6 of the dog days of podcasting, August 5th, 2017, where me and several other podcast nerds get the idea in their heads to do a show every day for the month of August, and I'm up to number 6. And if this sounds horrible, I just got a feeling it does. Hopefully it doesn't. Anyway, I'm driving home from I'm so spent right now. I can't even think of where I'm driving from. I'm driving home from Santa Rosa. The Butlers played a big party today. Yesterday we had a gig in Novato, California, which is about an hour or so north of San Francisco. We played with an AC/DC tribute band called AZDZ, and when we played a place called the Hop Monk Tavern. Got there, on the marquee it said AZDZ with special guest, the Butlers. They spelled it B-L-U-T-L-E-R-S. Everybody got a real kick out of that. I posted a picture of it on the Facebook. Pardon me, I'm burping up this fine ginger ale. And we couldn't get anybody to change the letters, so I went back to the behind the. It's a restaurant and bar. And one side is a restaurant, the other side is a bar. And we played in the bar side. It was a really good crowd, actually. It turned out to be a good gig, but we couldn't get anybody to change the marquee, so I went behind the restaurant and found the ladder and dragged it out and changed the damn thing myself. Anyway, that was a good gig, but something happened during the gig with the monitors, and I blew out my voice. I can barely talk right now. After the gig, we all went up together because we were playing another hour north of Novato. Rather than go all the way back to San Francisco, we just went up towards Santa Rosa, which is about 2 hours from San Francisco. And when I woke up this morning, I felt really, really nauseous, and I thought, well, maybe because I thought maybe it was because Michael, the guy who plays keyboards with us occasionally, Michael Shaw, aka Michael Butler Jr., because everybody in the Butlers is named the Butlers, handed me a drink consisting of Bushmill whiskey, and I do not drink anything harder than light beer. So, but I tried to play it off on stage like it was rock and roll, and I put it in my mouth, and when he turned around, I spit it out. But apparently, maybe a tablespoon or something stayed in my mouth and went down my throat, and that's the only thing I can think of why I threw up this morning. I felt nauseous. I felt nauseous, but I also had the other end, and I was doing the other end for the third time, brutally. I had to puke, and before I could even flush the toilet, the puke was coming out. So you get the picture, right? It was not a pretty sight or smell. I heaved everything that was in my stomach out, and I had to leave for the gig in Santa Rosa, so I had nothing to eat, and the party we're playing in Santa Rosa was called a Rock and Roll Barbecue. They do a theme every year. This is my brother-in-law Kevin. His company puts on these yearly summer parties. Last year I went to the party when I was doing the dog days as well. They had the theme last year was Cajun, a New Orleans theme, and I had always wanted to host a crawfish boil. So Kevin got 100 pounds of live crawfish last year, and my friend Shockey and I, together, we cooked 100 pounds of crawfish, and it was great. Well, we cooked probably about 60 or 70 pounds of those crawfish. It was so much fun. Anyway, so this year the theme, because they do a theme every year, this year the theme was rock and roll barbecue. And he hired the Butlers, my band. We're a 70s hard rock cover band, and he wanted to do a thing that was like the Day on the Green thing. So back that they used to have in the 70s. So he had the Butlers and another opening band played, and had kegs of beer, booze. They had a big barbecue grill going with like a 10-foot barbecue grill with a whole bunch of tri-tip steaks and a bunch of chicken, hot dogs, and big potluck. Well, I was driving to Kevin's with my gear in my car, and feeling still so nauseous after I puked everything out. I had to pull over and go to sleep. I pulled over into the strip mall and took a 15-minute nap. I set the alarm for 15 minutes, and that 15 minutes went by so fast. The alarm went off. I went into this Vietnamese to-go place and got a Vietnamese chicken soup because I needed to put something in my stomach to get some energy. And I took about a few bites of that soup. Went to Kevin's. Butlers played 2 long sets. We played like at least an hour each set. It was a good time. I was starting to feel a little bit better, but I didn't drink at all until like the last 2 songs of the set. I didn't eat anything, and they had so much good food. I was just afraid to eat anything. Finally, before the second set, I went to the tri-tip thing and got like 2 little pieces of tri-tip roast and forced those down. They really helped a lot. Now I am completely starved driving home from this thing, and I don't know if we have any food at home, but I need to eat something. My stomach still feels queasy, and I feel weak, and I could use early sleep. So that's what I'm doing now. So I guess that's enough of my talking. Thank you for listening, friends. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. My GPS is telling me where to go. Thank you for listening, friends. I apologize for the sound. I spun the iTunes wheel on my phone, and it came across a song called Never Too Loud by Rose Tattoo. And that's what I'm going to play for you, friends. Thanks for listening. Please keep the donations coming. There's links at rockandrollgeek.com for Patreon and PayPal and Amazon link as well. If you're going to buy something on Amazon, if you want to click through my link, I get a little kickback, and that would be much appreciated as well. All right, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I hope it does not sound like this tomorrow. And if it sounds like shit, I apologize. Feel free to skip over this episode. Here's Rose Tattoo.
Well, mister, I got something to say. Don't tell me how to live. Don't tell me how to play. Don't give me no lecture. Don't try to tell me what to do. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's never too loud and it's never too strong. The banner of the working class man. It's never too late and it's never out of date. The music of a rock and roll band. So give me your voice, or give them no choice. We'll never take the shit they dish out. We're gonna be heard and we'll have the last word. You know we're the voice of the crowd. And there is not to bleed, but we can start to bleed.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.